Manipulation 1, already 3 breaks structure to the upside. What else can we add to this trade, man? Today I'm going to go over Wednesday 30th July. July 30th. What am I saying? Took 2 trades on this day. 2 trades for both 3 risk reward. The first trade was actually during orange folder news. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Orange folder news tends to not create any huge major reactions in the market for the most part. So I'm honestly not too worried about holding or entering positions during orange folder. It's just red folder that I will basically stay away from because of slippage on the live account. But this day I can really recap in like 2 minutes. It's very simple. I just waited for my entry model and I took it for 3 risk reward, and my target was just the week high, right? So once I target the week high because we're bullish, that's it. That was my first trade. Now, I'm not going to take these counter trend trades, or I try not to, right? Sometimes I will, but most times I won't. So you can see I can avoid a loss here, and then obviously a winner did play out, but you guys can see, it's the power of risk tolerance. Do I want to have a high win rate, or do I want to make more net P&L or risk reward but have a lower win rate? I tend to prefer having a higher win rate. And so you can see we later came back to one of my zones I was looking at and no entry model, so no trade there. We later basically had everything fully mitigated here, hence why I marked this basically as internal trend line liquidity essentially. And we just went straight for the lows. So we did a sweep here. Now you guys know this is A+. This long here is A+ like times 10. We stopped loan session low already, first of all, on this candle leading to the exact tick. We took out this low here. We're bullish. So if we go in the 30-minute, let's go 30-minute. I know, sorry, the chart is a little messy, guys. Just stick with me here, but we are bullish, and the reason why is because we took out this major low on a higher time frame on the far left, and because we took that, I'm expecting price to expand at least back to 50% towards this 1 hour. So that was my draw, and therefore you just trade towards your draw on liquidity. I ignore everything else because everything else is just a liquidity sweep. It's just a fake out to me, and that's just how the market truly works. It's fake outs, liquidity sweeps. Keep your bias unless price tells you otherwise. And I told you guys in the course multiple times different ways on when you should be shifting your bias, especially with all the trade recaps I posted in there. This is no setup for 3 risk reward with my entry model, and my TP I believe here was the 5-minute. Yeah, so you can see there's a 5-minute here. You can mark it as the buy to sell if you want. It's up to you how you honestly want to mark this PY, but here it is. I TP'd there. Actually, I think 15-minute. What was this? Let's see. I think the position tool might have moved here. Yeah, I guess it kind of moved here. I basically TP'd there for 3.36 risk reward, and then that's about it for this trade. And then of course, ideally I target the high, right? Ideally I target the high, but this is at basically right when kill zone's about to end, so you can expect more chop and less volatility. And this is a personal decision. Ideally, yes, I should have held, but is it worth holding for 2 extra hours? I mean, personally, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm in a trade, I tend to not be staring at the chart so much. Once I manage my trade, if I want to manage to break even, I break even, then I leave the charts for the most part. So yeah, sure, technically this isn't really a time factor or issue here because I can just hold the trade like normally. And then later you can see I stopped trading here, but we have 2 back-to-back sweeps towards the PY in here, and price gets real messy as you can see. And I believe this is FOMC, I think, 2 p.m. This should be FOMC. So some sort of major red folder news for sure that occurred here, and later we reached towards my high time frame POI that I was looking at. And you can see as soon as you hit the 1 hour, I'm telling you guys my levels, my PYs, I tell you guys and teach you guys, dude, they're so accurate. It's insane, the precision on them. It hit this 1 hour to the exact tick, and look what happened. Monstrous dump. Whether this is news effect or not, this dump was bound to happen just from a technical standpoint, because I told you this is my draw, this 1 hour. So once you hit this 1 hour, you want to maybe even take a risk of taking a short if you want to, because it is a high time frame POI. It's not like a low time frame supply where you can easily get ran through. For example, something like low time frame would be something like this, obviously gets ran through. Something like this obviously gets ran through. Something like this even Aussie gets ran through. Even though you had a nice reaction here, it's not really a big reaction. I'm looking for big moves. I'm looking for expansion moves like these two, something like this whenever I trade. So these smaller moves I tend to stay away from unless you want to scalp. Scalping is completely fine. There is someone in my ETU group in the team that actually does just mini scalp. Based on what he told me, he maintains like an easy 75-80% win rate just scalping one-to-one. So it really depends on how you want to take an approach trading. Match it to your personality if you can, or just go based on your back test. Whatever fits your boat. is comfortable with your psychology, go with that. Hope you guys do enjoy today's video. If you guys want to learn more from me, join the free Discord, apply for the one-on-one mentorship if you are interested, and check out the course. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.